Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. So we've been looking at predicting fights, and we dealt with one fight card, which is the ESPN2 Boxina card, which is going to be happening this Friday, the 10th of April 2015 in Sands Casino Resort, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, USA. Alright, now we're going to look at fights on the Showtime fight card the same night, but at 11 p.m. starting at the Aviator Sports Complex, Brooklyn, New York, USA. Okay? We're going to look at the first fight and predicting it. This is Sergey Derevyanchenko versus Alan Campa. I hope I got that right. It's a middleweight fight, and the record for Sergey Derevyanchenko is he has 4 fights, 3 knockouts. And Alan Campa has 13 fights, 9 knockouts, 1 loss. Okay? So let's look at the both guys. We'll start with Alan Campa, and we'll look at some video footage on him right now, just to see what style he has. Okay, so Alan Campa is the guy in the white and red, and his opponent is Daniel Eucupicio. Okay, and the interesting thing about Eucupicio, this fight happened in 2012. Okay, Eucupicio is the shorter fighter. As you can see, Alan Campa, he has a sort of Mexican style, high guard, low chin, and he comes in with the jab, and then he comes on the inside. As you can see, he's fighting mostly on the inside. The usual Mexican uppercuts, hooks to the body, hooks to the head. He's very strong. So this is a style you'd have seen with Margarito, Brandon Rios, Juan Estrada. Comes in with the jab, the overhand right, and then he comes inside. This is the Mexican style of fighting. Okay? So that's his style against that opponent. Let's look at Sergey Derevyanchenko. Sergey Derevyanchenko, this is his style. This is him versus, this was his pro debut, and I don't know what the name of his opponent is, but as you can see here, Sergey has a style something like Lomachenko. I think they come from the same place. Always looking for openings and holes as a pressure fighter, constantly coming at his opponent. See, he's mixing it up. It's a sort of European style, high guard, but always looking for those openings. Overhand right, left hook to the body, double shots to the head, but he's mixing it up to the body, to the head. He gets hit with some shots sometimes, but he has his guard. So it's a style something like Lomachenko style. Changes the foot position, the angles. Alright. Okay, but he's just orthodox. Lomachenko is southpaw. Alright, so we know the two styles. We know the skill set. Both guys will not be running away from each other. They will be coming at each other. I think in this fight he caused the guy to retire in the second round. He did not come out in the second round. As you can see, it's a kind of pressure fighting style. It's just a little different. It's more like Lomachenko style. You go to the head, to the body, any openings, uppercuts, any openings. See? Reminds me also of another guy, the heavyweight gentleman that we discussed in our videos before. Constantly coming at you, constantly applying pressure to the head, to the body, mixing it up, looking for those openings, hooks around the guards. This guy's ready to go. Okay? Alright, let's look at, so we looked at their styles. Their skill sets are, I think that Sergey Derevyanchenko has actually better skill sets. When we look at their records, Derevyanchenko hasn't been around for very long. He only has 4 fights, so this reminds me a lot of Lomachenko's extensive amateur career, and then they come into the pros. As you can see, he's knocked out 3 of his 4 opponents. His ranking is 109, whereas Campa's ranking is 142. So Campa actually has a lower ranking. He has a decent knockout percentage as well. He's had 15 fights. Let's look at the record here. Is there anything really useful for us to see? No really named opponents. Has fought a 10-rounder. He's fought some guys more than once. He's lost to a guy called Jose Pinzon, and it was all in Mexico. All his fights are in Mexico. He's Mexican. So nothing too much to say about Alan Campa. We'll see how he's tested against Sergey Derevyanchenko. Sergey Derevyanchenko has only had 4 fights, but on his list is Vladimir Boise. And what's important about that is Vladimir Boise, he's fought guys like, he fought Andre Darrell. He's fought Jalen Love. Okay, so he's fought some named opponents. So the fact that he's fought Sergey Derevyanchenko tells me that Sergey Derevyanchenko actually has a pretty good opponent here. So it's kind of amazing. You know, this guy's had some names on his list. So Sergey has the better opposition. His record is not as extensive as Alan Campa, but he's actually had fights with international athletes, not just guys who are Mexicans. So his record's actually deeper. His rating is actually higher, and his style is kind of compatible with Alan Campa's. His opposition is greater, his ranking is greater, and his history is a little bit better because he's undefeated, whereas Alan Campa has suffered one defeat to a guy called Jose Pinzon. So when we compare, this is going to be a competitive fight. It's definitely going to be an action-packed fight. Both guys are going to be fighting against one another. Campa is the bigger guy. He's the taller guy. Derevyanchenko is a short guy. He's only 5'7". So it's going to be interesting to see if Derevyanchenko, he's going to get to go on the inside and fight the inside game because Alan Campa fights an inside game. So it's going to be a kind of bang-out contest to see who drops. So it should be an exciting matchup on Showtime. All action fight. If you like all action fights, toe-to-toe. And other than that, these guys are somewhat equally matched. Campa has lost before. He's going to be going up against Sergey Derevyanchenko, who I think is the more skilled of the two. So this should be an exciting match. It will not be a mismatch. I don't think it will be a mismatch, but it will definitely be a fight in which Derevyanchenko could, in the late rounds of the fight, get a stoppage. Okay, so that's my prediction. And you guys are going to find out Friday night if this is correct. So these guys are going to be on Showtime. You guys have a great one now.